Obviously, we were still talking about kind of those preliminary numbers yesterday when we were talking Barbie. It just increased when we finally got those final Sunday numbers. At the end of the day, globally, Barbie had $356 million in its opening weekend, and Oppenheimer is sitting there with 180. 180 worldwide for Oppenheimer as a rated R 3-hour movie. Incredibly impressive. And Barbie's just absolutely killing it. And now we've got the numbers for Monday, and they are outlandish. Historic Monday for Barbie at the US box office, grossing $26.2 million, the second biggest non-holiday nor Christmas corridor Monday ever. So basically, outside of holidays, it's the second biggest Monday of all time behind only Avengers Endgame. The ninth biggest first Monday of all time. The top 10 or below here. All of these ones came during the holidays. So that's kind of what that comparison is with. And holy shit, it's 188 in the United States at this point. By tomorrow, it'll be over 200 million. By tomorrow, Oppenheimer will be over 100 million in the United States. And Barbie today will have gone over $400 million globally already. We're actually talking about a movie that could potentially hit $1 billion.
I'm not surprised at Barbie's success. I mean, obviously, I think it's a little more successful than even some of the biggest expectations were, but it really is about Nolan and Oppenheimer being as loved as it is at this point in time. I did not think a 3-hour rated R biopic of Oppenheimer would hit the numbers it's hitting. It's the biggest opening ever for Nolan outside of his two Dark Knight movies. That's stupid. That's crazy to me. I can't believe that. And people are still loving it. And there was a report that made over $5 million from Barbie showings being sold out. So people went to go see Barbie, and of course Barbie was sold out. So like, well, let me go see this Oppenheimer movie. I can't believe people like this movie. I can't. I love it, but I'm just saying general people. I can't believe they do. Barbie makes sense. And what I look at with Barbie is I think this is going to start the next 2 new phases now that's about to start in Hollywood. Video games and toys. Yeah. Video games and toys. And I am 100% okay with that in terms of obviously the idea alone. I'm glad Nintendo is behind their Nintendo properties. So they're going to do a great job in terms of what we see moving forward with the toys. I mean, we've seen G.I. Joe live action films before. They didn't do horrible, but they didn't do great either. Obviously, the Transformers movies have been massive successes back in the day. They've definitely seen diminishing returns in the last few films. But now Barbie's going to open up the floodgates for, again, I haven't seen the movie, but based on everything we're hearing, like, I hope that the movie Barbie teaches studios to lesson. They won't. We know that. I'm just saying I hope. But make a G.I. Joe movie, for dudes. Probably not going to happen. Probably going to have transgender, fat, overweight, women on the front lines, talking down to Duke and Snake Eyes and all of that. So, but yeah, I mean, you got Thundercats. That would be cool. There's so many options. There's so many iconic toy brands, and Hollywood is a trend kind of oriented business. So I do think we're going to start seeing more of that as Barbie continues to be successful. Does it look like this film's tracking for $1 billion at this point? I mean, it obviously seems like that's exactly where it's heading, but you seem to think the international numbers aren't going to be as big because this is more of a domestic focused film.
So
and property.
Right now it's about equal. Like when you look at the domestic to international, I think of the $160 million opening week is like 180 international. Typically for these big things that go on, they do have bigger international numbers. Something like Top Gun Maverick was a difference maker, right? Top Gun Maverick made almost exactly as much domestically as it did internationally. That's not super common. Black Panther, same thing. That's one's for different reasons. With as big as it is, it could. Like, with as big as it is, it's right now ahead of the Super Mario Brothers pace. So
Mario held very well,
exactly
3 and 4 or 5 weeks into, so we'll have to see how that holds.
If you put a gun to my head right now and said, do I think Barbie will make $1 billion after this opening? I think so. Like, I think it'll like edge there. I don't think it's gonna have the same hold as Mario. I don't think it has the same like massive appeal as Mario does. You know what I mean? I think that's going to be part of it. But I don't think, like I said before, like I said on Friday, like I said on Monday, I don't think we're going to have this big drop off that some people in our space were expecting. I don't think it's going to be a 70% drop off for Barbie. I think it's going to do really well. I think you're going to see Monday, Tuesday, all through this week and through the weekend. It's going to do really well. Now, Mario was like a 36% drop and then another 30% drop. Like, it made like $40 million in its 4th weekend of release or something crazy. I don't know if we're going to see that for Barbie, but I mean, if you made me bet right now, I'd say probably it hits $1 billion.